Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a bit of a different video. So I'm going to be talking about my favorite PS5 games, actually my top 5 favorite PS5 games. And I'm going to try to be as quick about this as possible because I tend to ramble a lot. So I'm just going to show you the games that I've played and that I consider to be on my top 5. This is a very subjective list because I have not played every single PS5 game, not even every single PS5 exclusive. And I'm pretty sure that a few months from now, I'm gonna be changing this top 5. So, full disclaimer right there. So, starting off with my honorable mention, we got The Last of Us Part 1. Now, the reason why this is an honorable mention is because this game is phenomenal. But again, this is a remake that probably shouldn't have happened. I consider the first game to be perfect, and this game is still perfect in my eyes, but they call it a remake, and the only thing they did was update the graphics. The gameplay feels the same. They've updated a few things. For example, in the weapon upgrades, you can now see the upgrades you're carrying while on the cutscenes. So they're now doing real-time cutscenes, not pre-rendered. So yeah, there are a few changes, but they don't really justify the existence for this remake. So I don't really consider this to be a remake of the original game. So that's why it's on my honorable mentions. At number 5, we got Jedi Survivor, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This is a sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which was a game that I really enjoyed. And I'm not a fan of Souls-like games, but I really enjoyed that game. Really fun. The story was really good. I didn't really like the protagonist, I'm going to be honest with you. Cal Kestis really didn't connect with me, but I really enjoyed him in the sequel. Some people might disagree with me, but I honestly think that he's one of the most interesting characters that we've seen in a while for Star Wars. And the story's pretty great. It's more darker. It's sort of the Empire Strikes Back of Star Wars games. I'm not gonna say it's the best Star Wars game ever, but it's definitely up there, like top 3 at least. It's really good. And the gameplay is fun, and the combat, all the stances you can get for your lightsaber, the customization options, they're just awesome. So I really enjoyed this. Next up, we got at number 4, Dead Space Remake. Now this is a full fleshed out remake because they took the original concept and they remade it from the ground up. They added new dialogue. The voice acting is completely new, and the story had a few tweaks, but just to make the story more fleshed out. This is a real remake, unlike the part 1. That's that's my opinion, but the reason why I put this so higher on the list is because I just love sci-fi. I love horror. I'm not really a big fan of horror games because I'm a very anxious person, and I hate jump scares. But I've played the original trilogy and I really enjoyed it because once again I'm a huge sci-fi fan. So for me this was a must play, and I'm really glad that Motive actually picked this game up and they revived it, and hopefully we'll see more coming soon, like Dead Space 2 remake and possibly Dead Space 3 remake. So I'm really happy that they did this. This was honestly one of the best gaming experiences that I've had last year when it came out. At number 3, we got Deathloop. So Deathloop is developed by Arcane Leon, and this is basically Dishonored meets Groundhog Day. So you got the Dishonored elements and you got the time loop elements all combined into one fantastic game with really great gameplay, and the story is pretty solid too. Some say that this is a very repetitive game, but I never thought about, I never considered it to be repetitive. Yeah, it can be sometimes when you're trying to figure out what you actually need to do, but I never I never thought of it as a very repetitive game. It's just really fun. This was a PS5 exclusive for a while, but I think you can get it now on Windows. So if you can, if you like Dishonored, or if you like time travel sort of stories, you should definitely try this one out. At number 2, we got Spider-Man 2. I was not fully impressed by this game. It felt really safe, and I was worried about the initial reactions to the gameplay and the game itself. But I have to say, this is a pretty safe game. The first game had a huge emotional story. The Miles Morales spin-off also had it. This one felt more like action oriented. They were trying to do so many stuff at the same time. Kraven's Last Hunt, the symbiote story, Venom story, and Miles' plot of him going to college, facing his own demons, and I don't know, they were just doing all this stuff into one game, and in the end, the third act felt really rushed. So it's a great game, but I know this could be something more, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me. And number 1, we got God of War Ragnarok. This was a highly anticipated sequel for me because I loved God of War 2018, and I was wondering where the story would go, and we finally got the answer in God of War Ragnarok. It's a great game. The gameplay is all there. Like, if you love 2018, you're gonna love Ragnarok, and the story is amazing. I loved it. The plot twists were just great. I'm not going to spoil anything. You should definitely try this game out for yourself. It's just a great game. I love it, and they've released the Valhalla DLC quite recently, and it's really good. I really like that DLC. And again, I'm not a big fan of roguelike games, and I really enjoyed that DLC. So yeah, definitely so far my favorite PS5 game to come out. So thank you so much for watching. Once again, this was a very subjective list. I'm pretty sure that in a few months I'm going to be changing the list quite a lot, and I guess I should definitely make an update video if that ever happens. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more content. If you like the video, please drop that like button. And thank you so much for watching once again. Bye bye.